they get here, I feel like they have this sudden exposure.
Yeah.
Sometimes the parents are not prepared for this kind of exposure. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here and you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome. My name is Zini. I and my husband make videos on all things immigration, life in Canada, and we share useful information that'll help you settle down quickly when you arrive Canada.
Welcome guys.
Please join the family, guys. Can you introduce yourself, baby?
Yeah, I'm the J in the Zini.
The J in the Zini.
No. I need to go over that. I'm the J in the Zini, J unscripted. My name actually is Babajide.
Yes.
I go by Jide.
So I'm going to be filming this video with him.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting one, guys. If you're ready,
let's go.
Let's go. One of the major reasons people relocate to Canada or abroad in general is to give their children a better life and, raise them in a better environment with better opportunities. Just having them grow up in a good environment is basically what every parent tells you. In this video, we'll be weighing the two sides of the equation to find out which side outweighs the other, because we believe that there are pros and cons of raising children here in Canada and abroad in general. Are we ready?
Yeah, we want to talk about issues that people hardly talk about.
Yeah, what are the ground realities of raising children in Canada? First, let's talk about the benefits. Your children will have a stress-free education, and I just want you to talk about that a little bit for us.
Basically, coming from Nigeria, to get a good education for your kids, you have to pay through your nose. But here in Canada, up to tertiary institution, education is free.
Yeah.
Of course, we have a lot of private schools here. People still send their kids to private schools. But, I mean, generally, the standard of education here, the elementary, the high school is very beautiful, and it's all free.
Also, the child can make it big with less education here too.
Yeah, because the education in Canada and most parts in the West is skill focused.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Not just studying to become.
Yeah. So from where we're coming from, a lot of people put more value on professional based skills or professional education, but here abroad or in Canada, they pay more attention to skills. So even if your child doesn't get to the highest level of education, they can still make it big, because the educational system here focuses on the skill of the child right from the time that they are little, and groom them to do better.
And they kind of give them a total education.
Yes.
In the sense that they are teaching their emotions, they are training their minds, not just teaching you word for word.
Yeah.
They want you to know the why behind every word you're learning, right? And it better prepares you for life. Yeah.
Also, another advantage I think we have over the developing countries is that in Nigeria, they use more pressurized system of learning. I noticed that. So when you have kids, you tailor kids to a particular direction, forcing them to do some things like, for example, giving them compulsory homeworks. They give homeworks here for kids, but here they don't really pressure kids.
I think the homework here starts from grade 4, grade 5.
It starts from grade 4. Yeah. So you can't have a grade 1 child having to, do homeworks, every day and every time. They give them that.
That was a big deal for us when we came newly. In fact, I had to go to my kids' school. I complained. I want my daughter to have homework because, we are used to that.
Yes.
Right? For me, beyond the fact that she's learning, it also provides a platform for us to bond.
Yes.
Right? I want to be in their class. I want to see what they are learning in school. And the teacher said, no, it's not part of...
it's a time for them to explore other things.
It's not allowed. As far as they are concerned, the kids have had a very serious, hard-working day in school. And they should just come home and play.
And just rest.
Yeah, rest and play and be with
It was hard to adjust to.
Yeah, it was.
We're getting used to it. And
it was difficult.
Yeah, we're seeing the reason
but then
why they're doing that, right?
Yeah, very true. Because the focus is to raise a whole child.
Yes.
Right? And another advantage of what we had in Nigeria is, coming here, we find out that our kids, especially our daughter, was far ahead of our classmates. Right? Because like Ezine would call it pressurized education. I don't see it that way anyway. I just believe that because of our society, a lot of focus is on education, and education, the way we understand it, is not the way they understand it here.
Yes.
I mean, in our country, being a graduate is not a big deal. I mean, it's normal, especially where we are
And I
coming
feel
from.
like it's because of this system of learning that maybe Zara was exposed to that really brought out her other side, the artistic side.
Yeah.
So when we got here, we realized that our daughter all of a sudden just picked up an interest in drawing, you know, abstract painting.
I mean, I'll get isn't it to show you some of our work.
Just beautiful.
I mean, this house has some of our paintings.
Yes.
It's
so when she comes back from school, she just goes and does her painting. Yeah. Imagine that she's overwhelmed with mathematics.
Of course, she
might not have that time.
She's still doing mathematics.
Yeah, she still does well at school, but yeah,
she loves her mathematics.
Yeah.
But then, my focus, especially as a dad and as a mom, our focus was mathematics back home, because that's the way we were brought up. If you do well in mathematics, you are most likely going to do well in every other subject. And then, so the focus was on that, and we just wanted her to put in our best in that area. And I believe that that attention on her focusing on mathematics has really also helped, even in the other things she's doing, because she can do a calculation when she's doing her painting. She measures and all that.
Yeah, another advantage I believe that children have here is that they gain independence early enough.
Yeah.
So, for example, my kids, when we're back in Nigeria, they had help. They had grandma, they had a lot of people just helping out. But when we got here, we were faced with that challenge of, you know, putting the kids together, having them to do some things. I couldn't do everything by myself. I have a hands-on husband who helps me, but it was still, you know, challenging. So we realized that they picked up. You know, I had to get them to clean their toilets. I get them sometimes to wash the dishes, and at this time Zara makes her breakfast, organize their room,
make their breakfast.
Yes,
my daughter can make
pancakes, indomie,
fry egg for the brother, sausage and all that.
So that's what this does.
Little things.
Yes, that's
still what with supervision, because
of
they
course
are still young. Things can still go wrong and all that. But it gives you that confidence that so
you just see them picking up responsibilities earlier than they would have if they were in their home country.
And another thing I would say as an advantage is the fact that they relate with people from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of things I'm learning from them, right? They get to know that people come from different places on time, different culture, different approach to life, different outlook to life, and they are building that social skill of learning to communicate. Yeah, they communicate better. They are more confident.
Yeah,
they are not like don't let me go there today. You know, coming from Nigeria, we speak very good English, but you know the way they sound here, that smoothness, you know.
Yeah,
I've been a Niger guy. Everything boom boom boom. Somehow you'd be like, what's happening here? But for the kids, they could easily just blend in and Now, in the past months, I was privileged to serve as a substitute teacher. Now, part of the advantage of bringing your child being in this part of the world to, you know, having your kids study here is that they have specialized education.
Okay, yeah.
Like we have kids with special needs, kids with FASD, autistic kids, different, you know, disabilities. So they have education that is built around educating them. We have kids that would do better just by visuals. They don't learn so much by copy notes and all that. So you see them, you have specialized trained teachers attached to those kids. You know, we just try as much as possible to help them learn as much as they can learn, and it's a big deal for me, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So let's dive into some of the disadvantages. If we want to get into that, I feel like the first on the list is the quick exposure that these kids have, especially Of course, every kid in other country, every child has exposures, but when they get here,
yeah.
I feel like they have this sudden exposure
Yeah.
that just, you know, sometimes the parents are not prepared
Yeah,
for this kind of
that's
exposures. Yeah.
that's the thing I
Mm.
would really want to um, adjust a bit. I don't want us to call it disadvantage. I would say something for parents to pay attention to, because you can't hold the word back. That's the speed. The speed of technology has changed. Everything is moving fast, and if you are not part of that movement, you are going to be behind. There is a positive side of that,
of course,
quick and early exposure,
of course,
right?
Of course.
So I think the bulk of the work is on the parents, right? Because we send them out in the morning, they are in school till possibly 3 p.m. They are coming back. You need to debrief with them. What did you learn today? And from that bonding and relationship, you begin to understand the things that, okay, you need to correct this one, you need to adjust this one, right?
Yeah.
You remember when we came newly, anytime you give our kids meal, food, their food, they want to be watching something to eat. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Until we had the opportunity to go into the school to work. So I understood that, okay, when they are having their lunch, they always play a video for them, educational videos, you know.
Yeah. So what are the negative things you feel that we see or we face as parents raising kids abroad?
The attachment to digital exposure, right? And it's not just exposure; it becomes a problem when the attachment is too much. And apart from the moral side, you notice that my daughter has to go get glasses, right? Because everything they do in school, they do it on the system, right? And they get home, they got their tabs, and every time they're on the tab and all that, the mom got them these glasses to preserve
the blue lights,
the exposure and all that, but they wouldn't use that. And eventually, my daughter is at that point that she had to go get the glasses. And when we went to get the glasses, I was asking the optician, what is responsible? He said it's their generation. You know, that is
so those
one
are
of
the
the
things
disadvantages.
the things we as parents should look into. Reduce their attachment to. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and like this video, guys. We appreciate you, our new subscribers, our OGs, you guys. Thank you so much for always watching our videos. So let's continue, okay? So we're going to bring up another disadvantage, and I would like you to just expatiate on this. I feel like it is a bit, especially the few years that you relocate to a new country. It takes time for the kids to adjust to the new environment, meeting new people. With, you know, there are people with different backgrounds, different culture, and sometimes you don't really realize the impact it makes on these kids. So I'll just like you to expatiate on this.
Up to the time we got here, we never thought it was going to be an issue. Because our kids are confident, very confident kids. They are good. They are fine in their own skin and all that. And then coming over to Canada, our daughter was 7. Our son was just 3. Was it 3? Yeah, he was 3. And we sent them to school. My son had fun. He was fine. He was a delight of everyone and all that. Because he's very social. Our daughter is social too. But then we noticed that the first week, our daughter was a bit pulled back from us. She wasn't the exciting girl and all that. You know, it just felt like she had a lot going on her mind. But she never complained. She never told us, how was school today? Very fine. Da 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 da. And up till the second week, she now we just got talking, and she said she made a friend for the first time today. And people, I know what it means to be the only girl, the only child in a class, right? It happened to me my first day in the university. I had planned, I had programmed myself. I'd watch videos. This is how you move on campus and all that. Just do your face somehow and all that. But man, when I went to the school, I of course I had to go to the admin block to get my documentation done.
Yeah.
The first thing that struck me was I didn't see anybody walking alone. Everybody had a buddy. So you see two people gisting, hey, I didn't have anybody to wave at. I didn't have anybody to gist. All my preparation, it dawned on me that, guy, you are new. So I could relate what our daughter was going through. She opened up to us. She didn't have a friend all through the first week. Now, Canada is not a racist country. No, I would give it to them. Canada is a fantastic place to be, but they are very careful people. They like to respect your space, so to say.
Yeah.
Right? And in the bid to respect your space, you are now alone.
You're alone.
You are looking for someone to relate with. And it was so good for her daughter. There was another girl that just came along and greeted her, and they became friends. And because the other girl is now my daughter's friend, all the girl's friend became her friend. And that was how she could now release herself and start enjoying going to school.
Yeah. But in some cases, some kids don't get to that point for a long time, and that could be like a thing.
And that is the place of parents. Please, when you get here, pay attention to their emotions.
Yes, please.
Ask questions.
Sometimes we're too excited. You don't even understand the way you're having a drastic change in environment is the same way they
have things.
Sometimes they feel different. Their skin color, they feel like.
And I would say this: that first week that she went to school, I noticed some sort of rebellion in her. She had, some argument, and she spoke back, not disrespectfully, but like she stood me, and I didn't know where that was coming from. So when she finally told us what happened, I could relate with what she was going through. She had a lot of things going on in her mind, and she thought Dad should know that she was going through that.
Yeah.
Not that I would now want to add my own pressure to the pressure she was having. So we just want to beg you as parents, please pay attention to them. And another thing, there was an experience we had with our son. He went to school. It was a bit hard for them to pronounce his name, so they changed his name to Mayor. He said no, his name is not Mayor. His name is Olua Mayowa. I can manage Mayowa. That was his word. Very bold guy and all that. And he became the delight of everyone in school and all that. And he likes to play. And it happened that he was playing with a group of friends, and one of them threw ice on someone's head. These
snow
eyes. And they said he was my son. So I went to school. They brought a paper for me to sign and all that. And I asked him, did you do that? He said no. And one of the things we taught our kids as a family is, one of our values is truth. You must always be truthful. No matter the situation. So, and I told the teacher, I said, my son said he didn't do it. They said, your son is just a child. I said, a child that is trained. Because we taught them to be truthful. So I didn't sign the paper. And they didn't find it funny. They said someone was there. I said, I want to meet the teacher that was there. The teacher came around, and it happened that she was not paying attention. Another kid said that my kid did. And when we got home, I debriefed my wife, and my wife was like, maybe. I said, no, we can't do that. You know what we did? We sat him down and we told him that no matter what happens, you must always say the truth, right? Because we, as your parent, we are ready to believe you and go to any extent to defend your honor, right? I said that to buttress the place of value, right? We need to pay attention to our kids, teach them properly, and let them know that we are there for them.
I just want to say that in every country, in every place abroad or in Canada that you're raising your child, of course, there are advantages and there are disadvantages of raising kids at different environments. Sometimes when you look at it clearly, you find out that all of them are the same, right? It might be higher at some places and lower at some places. So what we would say in general is pay attention when you bring your kids here as a family. pay attention to them. Don't take anything for granted. Don't be carried away with work, with settling down and all of that. They are a part of the family, and they should also learn to adjust to the new environment. And if we're able to raise our kids, teaching them value, teaching them faith, teaching them all that they need to know to grow up as adults, they'll be able to conquer the vices of their new environment, right? Make sure you instill culture, just things that are of value to them while they are getting the education outside. Also educate them inside the house, right? Or inside the home. And that would equip them to overcome whatever challenges that they tend to face in the outside world. We have come to the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching to this point. We really appreciate it. We'll probably do more on this series. We'll probably talk more about this, because a lot of people come here and they want to know, what is it like raising kids here? What do we do? You know, what are the things we need to have in place and all of that? So we'll probably do more on this topic, just to expose you guys to what to expect, right? And yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in our next video. Bye.